I'm having a vision right now, but it's as if I'm having the vision through your eyes, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. I'm seeing the sun on the horizon slowly melting off into the distance. Beautiful sunset. Brightest, most brilliant orange you have ever seen, with streaks of magenta on the periphery. And I'm hearing the sound of waves softly lapping against the shore. And there's a figure that's walking off toward that setting sun. And it feels like that was the last time you truly saw the realization of a dream. It was the last time that you really remember having anything worth dreaming for. And I see you looking to the side of you, and it's like a visitation from that dream of the past. And it's extending some kind of invitation to you. And to me, it feels like recapturing a little bit of that spirit of a dream that did eventually walk off into the horizon and melted into that dividing line between yesterday and today. And this past dream, the spirit of this past dream is handing you something. It could be a key that opens up a doorway that's to your right. And this doorway opens the path to the dream of tomorrow. But you're hesitant. You don't know if you want to awaken the dreamer in you. There's something here about comfortability. I feel like you're just finding comfort in comfortability. Maybe you know to awaken a dream or activate that place inside of you that actually wants to chase down a dream will bring all kinds of complication and maybe even discomfort along the way. And so for now, there's just this like nostalgia, basking in the warmth of an old dream, of an old time, the last time you felt that desire to chase after something more. And I have these swirls of like scents coming in of orange and vanilla. Dreamsicle reminds me of dreamsicles. There might be something about that. I just know that there's an invitation coming your way soon. It gives you an opportunity to recover the spirit of the dreamer in you. But there's hesitation around it. You might already be picking this up. You might know that things have gotten to be a little too comfortable and that soon the change is going to come. Soon you're going to have to stir the dreamer in you. But for now, you're just fine lounging around, staring off into the sunset, enjoying a dreamsicle and remembering times when you were much more fearless than you are now. And yet, there's a door that's going to be presented. And I do feel like you're being gifted a key to open it. Bottom of the deck. Very tricky, tricky, tricky. We have Earth family here, Earth Sun in reverse. So you're entering quite a different space than the one you've been currently acclimated to. There's a big shift happening here, and there's an initiatory process that's going down. And with all the activity we have happening with Neptune, Pisces ruler, there's something here about getting a different view. What was on the other side of that setting sun, of that old dream? See, the sun, it disappears, it melts off into the horizon, but it's still there. And there's something about that. It's like a continuation to a story that you may think you know the ending to, or you may think you understand the plot twist, but there's something coming in here that totally gives a different view. It's a certain spiritual sight that wasn't seen before. We got coyote medicine coming in here. And the fact that this is coming in reverse and we have that medicine bundle there makes me feel like you're about to do some journeying here. And you're doing some journeying into some tricky territory, but it's so you can retrieve a medicine bundle. And the medicine bundle gives you strength. It gives you empowerment. I believe this medicine bundle also allows you to awaken the dreamer within you. But perhaps this realm of dreams that you have to wander through requires you to have a lot of strength and fortitude and inner light to guide the way ahead, because there will be times that you're moving through very unusual territory. And there will be times when you only have the light within to generate the source of sight for the path forward, so you can avoid any kind of missteps. I do feel like somebody is coming here. Somebody is coming here. They're activating this path for you. And they're coming through as a teacher, as a guide. They're almost feeding into the download that came in last night. They're like your Sherpa as you trek through the mountain ranges. See, this is a bit of a quest for fire. There's a reclamation that needs to happen here, a reclamation of the fire of the setting sun to bring about a dawn in your life. And it's the dawn of a new chapter, and it's the dawn of a new dream. And it's that time of recovering a part of you that you've been disconnected from for quite a while, if you're truly honest with yourself. But it's coming through somebody who is going to challenge you. 911 on the clock. This moment may feel like an emergency, or there might be some sense of urgency that compels you to take an action. And it may not seem like the invitation that it truly is to awaken a dream, because there's a different kind of sight required for moving forward here. It's not something you will see immediately because it is concealed by the moon. But you will recognize once the sun rises, once the sun comes up, that the landscape of your life has been completely shifted, and in such a way that it's the recovery of the dreamer in you. Makes you feel that not only are you a dreamer, you're not the only one. This could also have something to do with connecting with other dreamers. That could be happening in the astral. That could be happening in the astral. It could be happening on other planes. It is a very sort of like etheric energy that's coming through here. And maybe that's where it's first plucked. It's sort of plucked out of the quantum field. But I feel that very quickly, it's like you're awake in your journey. Something about the tone of your days is going to begin to shift. You're going to recognize that you've moved into a different sort of dimensional experience here. You're going to start to feel that every single experience you're having, every single utterance overheard around you, every single seemingly minute thing has great significance. 1117. This is about you aligning with the stargate, the pathway that takes you to the activation of a destiny that's meant to unfold, that aligns you with your north node. But there's something about a hand of fate here and how you play it. Look at this. It's the torch that blazes a trail. This is what you're questing for. You're questing for your fire. You're meant to be a torch bearer here. You're meant to move out of your position of defending a particular post. And maybe there's a reason for you to be uprooted from this post in some way. So you do have to carry the torch to find the path through the wilderness. You may resent this opportunity. That's how it's coming through. You may resent this opportunity initially, and now there's a flock of all of these birds heading from the northwest to the southeast. There could be some kind of directional coordinates there. This could be an indication of where you need to go. The southeast has certain answers for you. The southeast will provide instructions about the next steps to be taken. The southeast provides some kind of illumination to see what you can't see right now. And it does act as a transformational point for you. It lets you know that you've been defending or fighting for the wrong thing. There's like a point of melting, some kind of resistance here that gives you resilience, and that you're no longer tired out throwing your fire at something that has just left you really burned out. There's been quite a few days of just like hanging out in your PJs, you know, chilling out, staring off into space, getting lost in time, but not in a way that feels productive, more like missing time, gaps of time, hours that have lapsed. Some of you that are alchemists, you may still be sort of in a journeying space. You may be sort of in a journeying space. Maybe you didn't fully emerge from it. So there's still like a bit of this dreaming happening in waking reality, like you're a dream walker. You're dream walking through your life. And you're finding it hard to really connect maybe with others because you feel like you got just a little bit different of a perspective or understanding or lay of the land than they do. And yet you're not sure why that's the case. But it could be you're sort of stuck in an in-between space. You might be encountering that Sherpa may come in the form of some kind of guide or an ancestral energy or somebody in, your waking reality. But see, this is the thing. It's like, I feel like the line is really blurred right now. Waking reality and the sleeping dream, it's one and the same for you right now. And you're in a very creative space. And you may be drawn to use that energy in very creative ways. You may be particularly drawn to working with the element of fire in any kind of creative work that you're doing. This can be anything from blowing glass to working with pottery or welding, smithing, fire dancing. Yeah, I feel like this is a good medium to work with. You may have been playing with fire. There may be a fire sign that factors strongly in your situation. You may have been playing with fire alchemy work, like I was saying, maybe even using fire in your alchemy work. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So maybe, like I was saying, there's a little bit of this still in that in-between place, not really recognizing how far out there you went. How far out there you went. But I do feel like the haze will dissipate and the fire will come through. And there's something that is seen more clearly. I also feel like Alwyn activation. This is muse energy coming through. And I feel like the muse is coming in to awaken a dream. But first it has to awaken the dreamer within you. And this must, I was going to say might, but it says must. It says must. The energy says it must require some kind of jolt to shock you out of slumber. What is this about? It puts fire in your hand, like it gives you an Ace of Wands kind of energy. But up to this point, you've been using that wand maybe to defend a post or to protect in some way. But it's something that has been not the proper use of the fire. The fire is meant to light a way. The fire is meant to light up the path that you haven't been able to see at this point. But you may get a lot of inspiration. You may get a lot of downloads. You may get a lot of awareness coming through when you're working with this creative fire. And this could be around a new dream you're ready to dream into being. It could be something that makes you feel excited, kind of like you felt when you were a kid and school was out for summer and you had those long, lazy days where you had nothing to do but dream and cool off with dreamsicles. There's something about childhood nostalgia that is a connecting piece here. Some of you are ready to give birth to something new. And I see this coming through in a few different ways. And some of you may be really balancing all of this, okay? So For some of you, you have something new you want to give birth to that is really getting lit up in your heart. For some of you, this may be that you're actually about to have a child. You may have conceived. You may be about to give birth to a child. For some of you, this is the birth of a dream, and it recaptures a part of you that has gone missing since childhood, that was able to feel that sense of enthusiasm and optimism here. Whatever it is, it really does connect you to your roots. And I also see here with the 3 of Earth, we have home here. So this is some kind of blessing that's coming into your life as a result of the transit we have with Jupiter in its exalted house of Cancer here. There could be a Cancer that factors into your situation. Also, this is feeling the calling for what feels like home. It could even be your dream home. Like this is something you're really ready to create. You're ready to finally feel at home. You're ready to find the place where you truly belong. And for some of you, this could be because you are starting a family. And so you're looking at where to set down roots. And this may be the beginning of this exploration, really exploring where this home will be. And maybe this is just opening the path of exploration. But I also see there's this piece here about the work you do coming in as well. And there might be something about not needing to stay stationary, not needing to stay in one place. Maybe there's many different places where you can go and they offer a bit of home to you. Or maybe it's through going and experiencing these different places and these people there that makes you really truly understand where you belong. And maybe truly understanding as well that home is where the heart is, and it's something you carry with you always, and you can carry that through into different storylines, into different timelines, into different environments, into different circles of people. And you can always find a place where you belong, where there's resonance there. And I do feel you're finding these places, you're finding these communities, you're finding these connecting points. There might be something here about being okay with not having like a set foundation yet, because there's a recognition that something is being dreamed into being. And there might be something about a career that you are developing here, or an idea you have, or the awakening of a dream that you can like take on the road. For some of you, this is coming through your creativity. You may be touring. You may be doing work at festivals. You may be taking a gig on the road. You may be doing retreats. Okay? Whatever this is, though, I feel like it pours into you in more ways than one. Financially, it pours into you. I feel like it does give you the future foundation for your dream home. And when I say that, I don't mean just a physical structure, but a place where you really belong. But I also feel like it recovers something that's been missing for a long time in your heart. And it awakens your stargate. It does. It awakens your stargate. So this is the birth of a new dream. I see it very clearly. There's also perhaps revisioning a dream. Something that at one point you could only see its fulfillment coming through in one way. Now, because of some kind of illumination that's coming through, I feel like through a rather tricky situation, you're able to see a new way that a dream can unfold. It's just the conception point here. Sister water family. This might be somebody that you're partnering with on this. It's got big Aquarian energy here, but with the water elemental, it could be any of the water signs as well. Pisces coming through strongly for you. Also Cancer and Scorpio. Okay, so these could be clues about maybe people that you're partnering with on this. You each hold a piece. There could be 4 of you coming together in relation to this. Maybe there's an Aquarius that's getting this going. They're bringing in what's needed to sort of nurture the vision, the building of a community here. There's like something about a common vision that's coming together here. I feel like there's 4 people involved. It's almost like, I don't know why it's coming through this way, but it's giving me the impression of the 4 elementals. See, we see Aquarius here, water bearer, but Aquarius is the air element. And then we have fire out here on the board with earth, and now we have water coming in here. So I feel like coming from the solar essence, there's like, because it is the brightest star in our universe. So I feel like maybe this is something that starts to gel in Leo season. There could be a Leo rising connected. They are Aquarius descendant. But I feel like there's this piece here where each member of this community, they have different sun signs. They each hold the elementals. There's a fire sign, there's an earth sign, there's an air sign, and there's a water sign here. But I feel like the Aquarian here is giving like some kind of inspiration for this vision. It feels like it's a community vision. It could even be a circle. It could be a circle of people that are coming together to create. It could be a collective. It could be a cooperative. Okay, I can see this on many different levels, all right? Any further details about this? Any further details about this for the mutable signs? Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. It could even be like a communal living situation too, like getting land together where a community can form. People who really, harmonize with each other. And maybe there's even some kind of work to be done on this land. I see it. It could be an educational angle connected to this, or some kind of healing angle, or some kind of tending of the land, resources from the land, farming the land. We're getting some chickens going, homesteading. I got this energy coming in too. It's landed right in the lap. Yeah, see, this is the birth of a created vision with the King of Sky. Could be masculine coming through here. I got Aquarian energy pretty strongly here. And with that horse there's a lot of power. There's a lot of power in this vision, but it does bring challenge in moving forward. It does. There is a challenge here that requires a real creative sort of solution. And I feel like this is the birth that's coming in. But there's this reflecting point, you see. There's also readying oneself. There's an understanding that there's something initiatory happening here. There's a portal that's opening. It's a birthing portal. There could be somebody that is giving birth. I feel this really strongly. Somebody is about to become a mother. Maybe they're doing a water birth. They want a natural birth. They're doing a water birth. They're really connecting with the breath. Also, I do feel like this is something that requires one to maybe work with the breath, work with the prana, like really get prepared, okay? There's something about this that does feel like It's a pregnant moment. This is how it's coming through, crossing energy. 4 of earth, bird. Gift of earth, foundation. Wow, look at that. See, this is really birthing a dream, but it is pulling it down from the ether and laying the foundation for something new to be built. And there's that sun. Okay, so this is the birth of a new dream and the reclamation of the dreamer in you. It does have something to do with home. For some of you, it may have to do with a dog that's close to your heart too. Maybe this dog is like your furry baby, you know? Maybe you have some kind of dream that involves animals, like some kind of animal sanctuary or something like this, or creating a home where you can actually be with your fetch. I also feel like there's some message that comes in here. It's a message that brings you a lot of peace. It's a message that renews this feeling of love and belonging in your heart. And it lays the new foundation for the future of a dream here. You may even be drawn to have a tiny house. You may be receiving some kind of opportunity to lay down the foundation of your own home. But there might be something cooperative here, like you have to contribute, you know, you have to tend the land. You have to also be invested in laying down this foundation. You play an essential part in it. There's like work to be done here. It may even be considered trade, you know. This is part of being able to lay down a foundation on this parcel of land, that you also have to cultivate the land, or you have to pour into the collective energy in some way. If this is a collective of artists coming together to open up some kind of gallery or something, there's something about that. Like each has to be mutually invested in laying the foundation here. But though it presents challenges, maybe there's challenges and resources or something here, I do feel that what is the end result is a thing of beauty here. Oh, look at this, Queen of Sky, unity. Look at what's in the center of that sun. All these people just tending to the heart space here. I love it. It's really beautiful. I like the blending of these energies. It's something that's truly worth investing in here. It's a really beautiful energy. It was 33:13 on the clock. So yes, I see people coming together. I see people creating together. I see people working together. I see a lot of communication back and forth, a lot of planning, a lot of dreaming together, a lot of brainstorming together. And I also see that the ending of one dream actually puts one in a position to lay down quite a new foundation that's rooted in something that helps them access their true power. Could be through plugging into a community, or plugging into a parcel of land, or plugging into a type of work that reminds one of the dreamer in them. It gives them their fire back, and it lights the way forward. Okay, any last details here? Any last details here for Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces before we get into their individual reads? Any last details here? But there is something here. There's still like, there's a little bit of a tricky element. And I feel like that's coming up more for the alchemists, those who actively walk a path of alchemy. Right? There's something here, maybe about the unraveling of an old manifestation as new information comes your way. It's like the reimagining of a dream or the reimagining of a particular vision. Something that gives you a lot more peace than you had before. Yeah. Solar system coming in here. It shows you the way to really root something in such a sense that it creates harmonization among some really big energies here. So I got Saturn here, so there could be a Capricorn involved in this situation. You could be a Capricorn North Node, also 10th house. So this is something that's sort of like a legacy kind of energy. It leaves your mark. It leaves your mark upon your time here. This little bit of time that we have, right? We got the moon here, so Cancer could be connected. We also have Mars energy here. So Mars energy, Aries, there's a lot of cardinal sign energy coming through here, right? These could be 3 players involved in this situation. There was nothing else that wanted to come out on that shuffle, so I'm just doing a split of the deck here. Okay, we have King of Earth coming in here and 6 of Sky, prayer. So see, I do feel like there is something you set in motion here. You set it off on the winds of change. You set it out on the ether. And here's this wand here. You need power, though. You need a certain fuel for your fire in order to activate what you set out there in the form of a prayer or a working. And I feel like your fetch is coming on through here to show you how to root this vision in material reality by helping you reclaim your wand. It's like you're reclaiming your fire, you're reclaiming your ability to dream again. And that's what's going to help you root this. But it's probably coming through a tangible opportunity here to take a specific action. But these energies are happening simultaneously. Queen of Earth. See, there's something that's been forged in the fire here. And it's bringing about a true treasure here. To me, this is really like the stone of destiny. There's pressure. There's pressure here. There's pressure. There's challenge. There's something tricky. There's something tricky about reclaiming this power from the fire itself. It's a pressurized situation. It could be a challenge that's coming through a fire sign. Sagittarius, this could be coming in really strongly for you. But I feel like along the way, there's this tempering process that's happening that's allowing you to pluck this treasure from a situation that may feel a little hot to handle, but you're finding a certain impenetrability here. I think the impenetrability comes in when you reclaim the dreamer in you. Because see, once you act, especially I could see this with Sagittarius, because once Sagittarius is able to focus the energy on something worth dreaming for, there's no stopping a Sagittarius, okay? I feel like that. I feel like that's coming in really strongly with the Sagittarian energy, which makes sense with Jupiter in Cancer. This ability to really dream big is something that's awakening for everybody, because we have to understand that Jupiter in Cancer in its exaltation, not only does it elevate the Venusian energy, but it also makes us primed to receive these blessings, right? There's blessings coming through here. It's like you had a dream before. It's getting rooted now. It's getting rooted in a way that's very unexpected. It could be a little bit like we opened up, the reclaiming of a dream that you saw melt into the horizon. You saw it wander off into the distance. You felt that it had left you, but it was a revisioning, a reimagining of the dream that could only be reclaimed through going through a particular fire. And there's something about the journey through that fire of transformation. And when I think of journeying through fire, I think of all out transformation. I also think of something that withstands that test, and it's something very true. And what is plucked from that time of being tempered by the fire is something that is impenetrable. It gives a certain clarity, also a multifaceted perspective and awareness that makes the dream that is being reimagined here something of brilliance. Something of brilliance. It's really quite beautiful, actually. Look at that. And there's the balancing of the solar and the lunar essence. And that's when you find the way through and it lands you deep in your heart. Look at, it's like 4-leaf clover energy. I love it. High Ace of Water. Love. Love. It reconnects you with love. It makes your heart swell. This comes in the summertime. And again, I feel like there's four people that factor into this situation. And it lights up your heart. It's like it makes your heart grow. Makes your heart grow in size. I don't know why it makes me think of the Grinch, okay? There may have been a time where you might have been feeling a little shut down in the heart space, you know? You maybe in the winter time, you know? You just didn't feel your usual spirit, you know? Maybe at the holiday time, you just felt sort of like cranky. And right behind that, we have Sky Family, Sky Spirit. I'm making up the rest of that cardinal cross that came in there, okay? Libra energy here. Okay. Ooh, and isn't that interesting? And now, right side up. Wow, that's wild. There's medicine here. There's medicine here. There's a way to square a circle. You know, the way to square a circle, it's with the medicine wheel. There's medicine here. It comes from directly tapping into the earth. That's what provides the illumination, and it's also what provides the power needed to move something forward. Whatever this is, it's being rooted in the earth. This is the change that's happening here. So it could be a move. There could be relocation. All these pieces are at play, but something that was once dreamed, okay, is actually being awakened here through the Oran Moor, the song of ecstasis. See, but there's 4 here. There's 4. One of these is a bit of a trickster who's been leading 3 on a journey of transformation. You'll see when what comes through feels like quite a revelation. We got angels on the outfield here, bringing down a gift from the sky. And it comes through a message, a phone call. It feels like it's a blast from the past. Joker of Earth. And there's sharing here. There's a spirit of generosity here. There's working together to dream a dream into being. It's beautiful energy. I like this. I like this. I like this. Okay. We're going to see how you're dreaming this dream into being. We're going to see what your experience is, what testing grounds you may be going through with this trickster here, who looks like they're part of the foundation, I have to say. It's interesting energy, but we're going to dive into each of the individual mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius, and Pisces, to get some additional details here. And I did feel really compelled to bring out the angels and imps with you all. Both of these energies are playing. Yeah, there's angels on the outfield, but I know there's tricky elements here too. So we're going to begin first. Let's see here. Where are my banners? Do I have banners here? Yes, I do. We're going to start out with Gemini at 4611, 1011. So see the closing of an old dream, the closing of a chapter, the sun going down on one situation, one scenario, Gemini, is the alignment of your way through. It's your stargate that leads you to the step of your destiny. Maybe a fateful meeting that ends up feeling like a date with destiny, just as the curtain's going down on an old storyline. Okay, let's see what this is coming through for you, Gemini. We're looking at the time period leading up to the full buck moon in Capricorn that will come in on the 10th. But in the meantime, every time I bring in downloads, I've noticed there's like the first 72 hours, there's always hints, synchronicities that come through. But they do require you using that other sight, you know, being able to enter into a witnessing space or a meditative space in your environment and seeing the way that the messages are being communicated to you of things to come. They're meant to activate your precognition. You have this ability to scry into your future. That's why I always tell you to, take these messages on a walk with you and try on that reality tunnel for size and just sort of see what comes through in your surroundings. There are some people here that actually take the readings on a walk. You know, they listen to these downloads on a walk, and you'll be surprised when you do that, what comes through, the synchronicities that come through. So maybe that's an assignment coming through for you, Gemini. Take this reading on a walk and just see what happens. Or take it on a drive. Set it into motion and see what signposts come your way in the next 72 hours. So let's see what's coming through here for you, Gemini. Bottom of the deck. Oh, yes, the devil. You're dealing with somebody here that's in a position of power. They may be exercising a lot of force or control in a situation. And you feel like whenever this person comes around, they make everything worse off than it ever was before. And there might have been some agreement that you made with this particular character, and now you realize it got you tied to something that you're really feeling is a limitation. You may even feel like this character was an inhibiting force when it came to a particular dream that you have, almost like the dreamer in you was lost in tying yourself to this particular character. Okay, I don't know why I felt like shuffling a little bit more. See, I think there's a different view you need to get here, though. I do feel like you are going to get yourself out of a oh my gosh, I could barely even say it. A compromising arrangement. Maybe there's been a lot that's sort of been spun in a situation that you had to sort through before you could really understand how compromising this particular connection was. If you haven't seen it yet, I think you will. But I think that once you see it, immediately you start recognizing that there's a different sort of reality you're ready to weave into being in your life here. And I do feel that comes through a message. And it may come through on the 8th, okay? It may come through on the 8th, and I say that because there's a lot of activity going on with Uranus on the 7th. So there may be like a sudden shift in your path that occurs on the 8th. When you hear from a certain person, you get some kind of message that comes in and it makes you realize, like, I'm meant to connect with this person. Very quickly, something comes to fruition, perhaps unexpectedly. I feel like this is something that seems to come out of left field, but instantly it just makes sense. It's like, yes, let's do this. And things start moving very rapidly here. There's like a lot of expansiveness to this, whatever it is. And you understand that this is smart. Like, I should connect with this person. We should get this moving. I feel like there's communication around it. There's an actual message that comes through. There's some kind of communication that comes through here that feels like heaven sent in a certain respect. Like, you feel like there's a greater hand steering your course when this comes in. All right, let's get some more information about this for Gemini. I think it's getting you away from a really restrictive influence, somebody who you feel like ever since you connected with this person or you started working with this person, or you brought this person into the mix, like everything has just been rapidly going downhill fast. And I feel like this is sort of like a last minute save, like somebody else is coming in here that all of a sudden they're providing some solution. It may feel like it comes in on a wing and a prayer, like almost get you out of a really rotten situation very swiftly and just so easily, where maybe you couldn't see a way through, that it just feels like there's something at work here that is not of man. It has that feel to it, okay? Comes through some kind of message. 5 of Pentacles. It may even provide you with like some kind of resources that you lacked that were not making it possible for you to move forward. Like something very practically that you were lacking. It could be money. It could be an opportunity. It could be a place to land. Maybe you're also getting some information about this particular tricky influence, like somebody who was really inhibiting your ability to move forward in some way. This could even be getting something back from somebody who owes you something. That's what I heard. Somebody owes you something. Yeah, they do. 9 of Pentacles coming in here. For some of you, this actually could be coming through an inheritance. And maybe somebody owes you something here. Like, they did you wrong in life, but something's being made right in their passing. I just heard 9 of Pentacles. It puts you in a strong position financially, or gives you some kind of resources, could even be a home for some of you, that you were lacking before. It's also going to show you where there was interference in something you were supposed to receive, because I feel like you've been dealing with some traitors here, and those traitors are about to be identified. they had plans to create problems for you on this level. Could be in holding up assets or something you're meant to receive, or some desire you had to move forward in a very practical way. This feels like it's very foundational. This is something related to finances or your home, foundation of something you're building in your life. And there was like something that was really caught up here. It was held back. It feels like it was held back by some kind of perhaps red tape, maybe somebody just throwing complication into the mix here, just making things harder than they need to be. But it feels like it's resolved. Maybe because a certain power is being taken out of somebody's hands and being put into another's who understands the challenges that you've been facing, and they're assisting you in this regard. Either way, I see that suddenly you have what you need to move forward. And your interests are protected here. It also looks like there's financial increase. But you have to just trust and go with the flow here. Somebody does have your best interest at heart here with the Six of Cups. This person is helping to lift you up. They see that you were done wrong in some respect, and they're making it right. They might even be calling out a couple people here that were causing problems for you. This is somebody that's an ally that you're connecting with here, that you're hearing from. This person is helping you out. I see it very clearly. Okay, give me some more details here for Gemini. Anything else in relation to this for Gemini? That Gemini needs to be aware of in this situation. Eight of Cups. Yeah, there's a transformation that's happening here. And the transformation is purifying everything that's been causing you a lot of adversity. Whatever is being blessed upon you here, it feels like it is your star. It's something that's providing hope in what seemed like a hopeless situation. And it's something that's giving you exactly what you need to move away from this difficult time in your life with the Eight of Cups. And I do feel like you really invested a lot of energy in this situation or particular direction, but you recognize to continue to give more of my time and energy to this person, place, thing, this is really going to like hold me back. It's going to hold me back. It's going to make things worse off than ever before. And no matter how much I try to invest in it, it never pays off. And I feel like whatever this is, it's like, it's the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I'm seeing what looks like a fish in the sky, and it's making me think so long, and thanks for all the fishes, you know? There's something that provides for you here. And there's a friend here, and they're helping to lead the way. This person's offering loyalty and allegiance. And there may even be some kind of reconciliation here. So the person that's reaching out to you may be somebody that is informing you about something, maybe people that were sort of leading others connected to you in the wrong way, like it was causing problems for you. They may be telling you about who's been, causing some issues here, and they're helping you get through a challenge. There could be an Aquarius involved in this situation as well. I see this. But I do feel like whatever this is a good partnership. And this person is showing you a different possibility here. Maybe even by giving you an opportunity or some kind of level up. It looks like something very foundational that's allowing you to navigate a pretty tricky situation and looks like come out on top. So let me do a cut of the deck here and see what we got. We got the Empress here. All right. This person's revealing revealing where treasure is to be found in what may seem just like sort of like a desolate landscape where there's nothing here. I don't know how long I've been wandering through this desert on a horse with no name, but here comes somebody that actually knows where you can pluck a treasure out of what seems like real barren territory here. They're also giving you answers about the past and your current situation and the future, what's to come. And there's also love here. There's love here as well. I see that, okay? It's love here. So we got a Libra, Taurian energy coming in with the Empress there. What's on the other side? The King of Cups. So this is beautiful. So there's some kind of reconnection here, it looks like, that's happening. Because it says restitution. Finds stolen objects and discovers the person responsible. So you may also realize who's stolen your heart and maybe who got led astray by something that may have glimmered, but not all that glimmers is gold. And this feels like whatever appeared to be stolen is actually, oh wow, there's a firefly that just flickered there. Yeah, whatever appeared to have been stolen actually was just leading you to the restoration of something that gives your heart hope. I feel it could be coming through a lover. Yeah, there's some kind of light of understanding that's coming through here that's going to help you find healing. Okay. And it gives you a new way to move forward here. I think you're laying down the foundation. It looks like in some kind of relationship that's close to your heart. After clearing away what was leading you astray, right? That's what it looks like. So it looks like a lot of you are freeing yourself from some connection that was creating disruption between you and another that you're meant to come together with. Now, I could see this as somebody you're meant to partner with, okay, on a business level. But to me, there's really like this piece here of a relationship that's really close to your heart. And maybe somebody got sort of lured in by somebody that they thought would lead them to some kind of treasure. And now they're recognizing, maybe I invested in the wrong direction. There might be like an admission of this, like somebody coming forward saying, I did get led astray. And it was only in getting led astray and getting sort of like glamored off in that direction and aligning with that person that I recognized that I lost what truly, makes me feel at peace in my heart. It looks like an admission here coming through, like somebody learned something from being lured in a particular direction. Whoever this is, they don't learn things easily. I feel that. They learn things the hard way. And it takes them a long time to admit their fault. But I do feel like they received the education and they're communicating to you about it. And they're coming from their heart. So this is a turn of fortune in the right direction here. Let me go ahead and do a cut of the deck to cap this off. Did I already do that? I don't know if I did. But we'll do it again. King of Wands, okay? So this could be a King of Wands, and they could have a strong earth placement in their chart. So we've got the fire signs coming through here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They could have a strong Taurus placement in their chart, just with those indications that came through. this is a person who is like, they're very activated. Like they get activated really easily. They can go into rage or they can be very passionate, but they burn real hot and real bright and real fast. But this person, though they may be a glimmery thing, I feel like this is the glimmery thing that may have distracted this Empress. They also destroy the happiness of couples. So this could have been somebody that actually was being drawn in by something that was enticing. It may have burned hot, it may have burned bright, it burned fast, but it ended up being something that was ultimately destructive. And then they recognized that they wasted the beauty of something that was just really pure and true. That's what I feel this is. And this person's making it a mission of this. Like, I recognize where I effed up, man. It's not easy for this person to reveal this, but they want to speak of future developments here. Yeah, they're bringing an offer here, an offer of love, an offer of peace, an offer of a new way forward with the Ace of Cups. They want to revive your situation. They're hoping you'll give them mercy. And then they know they wasted about 8 of those lives, but do I still have 1 life left? That's how it's going. Okay. That came back the very next day with a solid offer here with King of Pentacles. All right. And they're saying, you know what? We'll do it your way this time. That's what I see. We'll do it your way this time. I want peace with you. I want to harmonize with you. And I know how I acted back there. I know I was impulsive. I know there were times that I was in a fit of rage, and I know that there were times when I was just sort of going after what turned me on. And I understand you're angry. I understand, but I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to make it right by you. That's what I see. This is what's coming through for you, Gemini, okay? This is a difficult character. I feel like this person's a bit of a shapeshifter, man. They are a little tricky, I have to tell you, and they are very, very stubborn, but it does look like they're coming forward wanting to chart a different pathway forward with you in the future. And it's up to you if you want to reimagine it. We all get presented with opportunities, but it's up to us. We want to use the keys we've gained through our experiences to open those doors and explore the corridors and where they lead. And so this looks like your corridor that's coming through for you, Gemini. All right, let's see here, Virgo. 10811 for Virgo. All right, the beginning of the manifestation of alignment for you too, Virgo, coming on through. Virgo, you're holding down the South Node right now, so that's, that's an intense spot to hold. And it's all about you being able to rise up into that Pisces North Node. So you're really trying to understand where your source of nourishment is here. There's also a lot of shakeup happening to your usual work and routine. There's a lot shifting there. Everything's in a state of flux right now. And your health may be going through a little challenge too. And there's a need to find a balance, strike a new kind of balance. I also feel like communications may be an area of challenge for you too. So let's see what's coming in here for you, Virgo. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. So there's something here that is really close to your heart. And you feel like you're in search of redemption. You feel like you've been coming up against some people that you feel like they've insulted your soul. That's what I feel like here. Yeah. Some of you may have even been accused of something you're not guilty of. Somebody may have accused you of stepping out on a relationship, or may have gossiped that you were cheating, or maybe even claimed that you were intimate with somebody that you were never intimate with. There's something here. There's something that's not right, and you feel like it needs to be set right. Like you're wanting redemption here. I feel this coming through very strongly. Coming in with the Queen of Cups, the water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This could have been connected to a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Either saying you were connected to this person, or this could be the person who was saying that you were unfaithful, or you were involved in something you weren't involved in. Okay, it's got kind of like a little bit of a gossip kind of energy and undermining energy coming in here. Okay. And you feel like something needs to be set right because you don't like how this person lied on you or something like that, right? This may have caused a rift for you with somebody that you really love, and you feel like something needs to be set right. Yep. Yep. There's truth here that you're trying to really come into possession of here. It has something to do with communication, and something that involves a person that's very close to your heart. And the way that words were used that created some kind of illusion that you want to cut through with the truth. The Knight of Swords here. Got the Hierophant here. And again, it's coming through. This looks like it's a man who wants his dignity restored here. Hierophant, Taurus energy. There's a man who wants his dignity restored here. And I feel like, these hooks, it really gives me the same kind of vibe, like working with a Kartika Vajra, where you hook up, energy and you pull it out at the root to purify a situation. I feel like there's somebody here who's like, I got truth on my side. And there's stuff that's been said here about me that's not true. And it's been causing problems. And I need my dignity restored here. This could even have something to do with a child as well, like somebody who has been speaking lies on a parent that's been causing a rift between them and their children, like if there's like shared custody. There could even be legal efforts that are being taken in regard to this here. I feel like in cases where this is a relationship and there's children that are shared in this situation, like somebody's got to stop talking bad on the other parent around the kid, because it's causing like disrespect from the child toward the parent, and that needs to be rectified. And there's something here that there has been some kind of gossip, there's been some kind of lies with the Ace of Swords here, and it's been to put another at a disadvantaged position. And I do feel like there's something that's being sorted out here to make things right. Also, with the Nine of Swords here, whoever's been stirring up these problems and causing these worries and these anxieties and making this situation extremely stressful, they're being dealt with here. I see it. And there's going to be protection put in place from further interference of whoever these characters are that have been causing these problems within a family. There's somebody here that's taking action to rectify this situation. This is somebody who understands where the problems are coming from, and they're effectively getting these energies caught up. They're taking steps. In some cases, they're taking legal steps, but I do feel like this is about a man really restoring his dignity here, because something has been going on that's not right. I also feel like there could be somebody here who's been exercising their control in such a way that it's been preventing the forward motion of a woman in this situation as well. I see that. And that there's a need to work out things amicably here. I do feel like where there's been issues, okay, there is an ability to air the truth out and get things, balanced out in a way that feels fair to all involved. But there is some kind of addressing happening here, holding people accountable who have been interfering and causing these problems, causing these issues, creating a sense of disappointment. Whoever has been making somebody feel like they're tied up, they can't do anything to move forward because they got somebody maybe that's in a position of power or is able to pull certain strings that keeps them held back and keeps them stuck, keeps them from growing, keeps them from having new beginnings. Whoever's been doing that, they're coming down, because there's destruction of the enemy and deliverance from bondage coming in here. And it's bringing about prosperity. So if somebody's been trying to hold up finances and use that as a bargaining chip, or disrupting somebody's work, or creating problems, creating cracks in their foundation, trying to disrupt their foundation, their home, their stability, this is being rectified here. We got a compassionate solution coming in here to address this situation and holding certain people accountable that have been causing these problems. And where there has been tampering with certain matters that breach legalities here, I feel like somebody is being held accountable. I see that with the Knight of Swords coming in with the Hierophant. That person's going to get caught up. They will be held accountable. Getting a bit of a whooping there. I see it. Okay, because the truth will prevail in this situation. And it's going to bring an end to whoever's been causing this disappointment and these problems. And it's going to bring about this restoration with the 10 of Cups to the Sun. The true nature of this shapeshifter character and what they've been pulling to keep everybody destabilized and in a disadvantaged position is going to be seen. And it's going to give the power to the rightful person who should hold it, with the Ace of Wands here. It's like a crowning moment to make up for this indignity. I see it very clearly. You've been through a lot here. I see that, Virgo. There's been a lot you've had to fend off here. You've had people bringing you one problem after another, but you're about to enter a time of victory and peace. Okay, this is a really good energy here. And I feel like you have the ability to present your case, so to speak, in such a way that it's clearly going to be seen who's being honest here and who's up to some BS, man, to just cause problems. Because there's something here where you're coming into this real light building time in your life. It's a time of success for you. It's a time of growth for you. It's a time when you're going to be seen. It's a time when you're going to start to move into a real happy cycle here. And I'm not saying that it's going to be instantaneous. It's going to take some work. There's still some stuff to clear out here. But you've been dealing with people who've had an unfair advantage over you. And I do feel like this is finally going to be rectified. There's people here who felt like you had a certain position or certain opportunities or certain happiness, certain growth in your life that they feel like, no, that should be me. And this is really a case of jealousy or feeling really burned because maybe they feel like I was supposed to be the one that leveled up, and here you moved on and you're the one who's leveling up. I feel like I've traded places with you and it's not fair. Okay. This is somebody who, there are a million different people from one day to the next. It's like, who am I dealing with here? Right. But this is starting to be seen through. And I think the way that you speak up for yourself, or the way you state your case, or the truth you speak here, or who you communicate to, and what you make abundantly clear, it confounds this person who was trying to tear you down. Looks like through their words. And when they wanted you swept out to sea and they thought they could grab a hold of your treasure and trade spots with you, I see that they're the ones who are going to have to be holding on for dear life with the oncoming tide here. Once you speak this truth, because you got an Ace of Swords here, you got Frog Rock, and there's something that's coming in here for you that you can't even anticipate right now with a Three of Wands, but it's already being prepared for you. All you have to do is just be open, unguarded, be truthful, be real. There's a judgment in your favor here. There's a judgment that's already made in your favor here. And whoever tried to humiliate you will have to atone for their errors, and they'll have to balance it out. They'll have to make it right. I see it. You're being helped right now with what may seem like impossible. Like, how am I going to pull this off? How am I going to make this happen? Especially if you've been trying to build something, you've been trying to work towards something, you feel like you've been dealing with one obstacle after another, people getting in your way, people distracting you with a bunch of BS, people just making something a lot harder than it needs to be, as you've been trying to build this new chapter of your life. Like, there's certain things you've needed foundationally get in place. And you've had a lot of people that have been making it way harder than it needs to be. And this is what's about to totally shift for you. There's somebody coming in here to offer a helping hand with the Knight of Cups, okay? Somebody who understands your plight, and they're coming through here to assist you with making things a little bit easier. And it comes through with the Ten of Cups, okay? So there is fulfillment for you here on the horizon. And I also feel like you may not have understood why you went through something, why it was so rough, but I do feel like when this plays out, you're going to understand that everything that seemed like it was such an injustice or so wrong was perfectly orchestrated to land you exactly where you needed to be. It's like you're going to understand a little bit of the mystery of life. Now, there's all these cards here that I haven't even looked at yet. There's a crossing energy here. This is somebody who's coming in to help you in a situation where you feel like there's been a lot of blaming going on, a lot of pass the buck going on. Nobody's wanted to take responsibility, but you know that things haven't been fair. You know that you were put in a tight spot and you didn't belong put in that position here. There could be a helpful influence coming in from this person in particular. There could be somebody named Amy that is providing some kind of assistance here, revealing something to you that you weren't aware of, putting you in the loop, giving you some kind of helping hand in this situation. Got a Queen of Pentacles coming in here. This is somebody who may be presenting you with an opportunity. It could be a work opportunity, all right? It could be something that's being offered here that allows you to transform a situation that you couldn't see a way out of. Here's your energy coming in. I see you're going to take the opportunity. All right. It does require that you let something go. And this isn't something that you can sit on for a long time. It's very clear that it's like the opportunity is here today, but it can be gone tomorrow. So I do feel like you're going to have to make an executive decision here. You're going to have to cut something off so you can have new growth. But that's what happens, you know, when we want to have a big harvest, you know, if you want the sweetness of the bloom, there's times that you have to prune, and there is something you have to prune here. To see it with the skies. But it is a transformation of your situation. And it helps you progress because you're aligning with what spirit has planned for you. The harvest spirit has planned for you here. See, this is a chariot coming on through for you. Michael could factor in. There could be somebody named Michael that's factoring into this situation. Also, Archangel Michael coming on through. You may feel a real connection with Archangel Michael. There's a conflict that you've been navigating here. You've had to have a lot of perseverance, but you're getting a chariot. You're getting a way forward. Something's coming through to move you out of this conflict, and it's going to have you overcoming the adversity. And this is coming through messages. Something's being revealed that was concealed under the light of the moon. The name Gabriel could be coming in as an indication as well. Gabby, okay? Messages that are being revealed that have the power to destroy those who've been working against you. Right? So this looks like a way through out of a pretty gnarly situation where you weren't cast in the best light because of somebody who was busy, looks like, making things difficult for you because of some kind of success or some kind of opportunity they didn't want to see coming in for you, or maybe even a certain person they didn't want you to align with here, okay? This is all being rectified. Let me do a cut the deck and see what we got here for you, Virgo. 7 of Pentacles, discernment, and your prosperity increasing. And also where you felt stuck or where you felt like you were just trapped in a certain situation, a certain connection, a certain reality, where you felt like somebody else held all the power and you didn't know how you were going to get out of this situation. You are finding the right way through. There's illumination here, and I do see you moving forward with this, right? You're going to know this is the direction I need to head in. And I feel like as soon as you start heading in this direction, you see all kinds of opportunities start to come your way. There's a time of prosperity that opens up for you when maybe, you weren't seeing that you were getting back from your work as much as you were putting in. Like you're like, I'm working really hard here. I deserve to be making a better living than this. I don't want to work, this hard and not see any ability to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Something here really changes that dynamic for you. And we got Page of Cups here, okay, coming in, offering some kind of comfort and consolation and also protection. So that Knight of Cups, there's somebody coming towards you here with news. They're not just giving you some kind of news that offers you some kind of comfort or consolation. They're actually presenting a tangible opportunity that's like, here, this is a way you can move forward, and this is going to be much better for you. And I want to let you know what's been going on so you understand how to overcome these challenges you've been facing. Right? So this looks good. Tangible way forward. Right? Queen of Cups coming in with this, okay? So this could be somebody you share a heart connection with. Somebody who knows how to speak to your heart. So energies we have on the board, we got water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We got Leo, Sagittarius. Strong emphasis on Pisces in this situation. Strong Taurus. Earth sign energy, your energy, of course, real strong Taurus, but also Capricorn, and we got Cancer strongly emphasized along with Pisces there, okay? That's what I see coming in for you, Virgo. All right. Next, we're going to go to Sagittarius at 129.29. All right. 11-11 moment. It's about to get magical, Sagittarius. Big alignment coming in for you. Brand new beginning here. Okay. Definitely feel like you got a little outside help here from something otherworldly to be able to pull this off, whatever this is. Let's see what's coming in here for Sagittarius. You might be seeing that number a lot, 1111. That'll let you know when you're coming close to this point of alignment. It feels like two people are getting in the right place at the right time for this alignment to happen, but each has to enter their own sort of gateway of initiation, you could say. There's some new beginning that needs to be activated on the part of two that are meant to come into alignment here. And I do see that syncing up. So there's something that's at work here. Let's see what this is, Sagittarius. The 11th may be a date of significance for you, the date after the full moon in Capricorn, so pay attention. Knight of Swords. This may be the time you finally put that final nail in a coffin and you bring down a force that has really been working against you. You may have somebody that's actually doing this for you. You may not even need to say a word, say less. It's already handled. This is somebody who is destroying and burning all enemies. All you have to do is say the word. If somebody's been causing you problems, this is somebody who's ready to defend for you to the end. Knight of Swords energy. This person knows a lot about something that's been going down here. And they're willing to, be by your side as you head into this territory. I see this. This is a very spiritual person. This person knows how to navigate unknown territory. They know how to move through some shadowy stuff, man. This person is also a little bit tricky here too, though. So you do need to be aware of this. This person who's coming through this saying, like, I'm here to defend to the end. They come in with the 7 of Cups. They come in like they're presenting some options, but I don't know why it's coming through like this. Do be mindful of this. Like, a leopard doesn't change its spots. And that's something you need to pay attention to here. This person's very cunning. They do have a lot of knowledge. They do. This is a deeply spiritual person. They have secret knowledge. They've grokked a bit of the mystery. But this person also is very shape-shifting. They know how to take on different forms in order to fit the situation. And they're very convincing. They can really convince you, like, I know I'm a leopard, but I really have changed my spots. I have. I swear it's true. And they'll convince you. They're very convincing. But there could be something here that you may need to really cut through. I feel like, I don't know why I got this, cut through the crap. I feel like there's a little bit of this here. This person may talk around things. They talk around things in such a sense that you ask a question and then they take you in a roundabout way on such a track that soon you forget what the answer was that you were seeking in the first place here. This person could be a bit of a dream weaver. Whoa. M80 going off there. Yeah. This person's on the hunt for something. They're on the hunt for something. And they need to convince you. They need to convince you that they've changed. I'm different. I'm changed. I'm not who I was before. I'm on your side. I'm a faithful fighter. Tell me about this character. I don't like that energy coming in with the 7 of Cups there. What does Sagittarius need to know about this character? I think you have to know who you're dealing with. I don't think this is somebody that you've never dealt with before. And a leopard doesn't change their spots. That's what you have to remember. Okay? You have to remember that this person is very crafty. This person is quite cunning. They're highly intelligent. And they do have knowledge. And they also have esoteric knowledge. This could be quite the crafty alchemist. They may have used their powers against you before. I'll never do that. I'll never do that to you again. I'm going to join forces with you to take down the people who have been throwing stuff at you. And actually, no. The change is not real. Okay? Ace of Cups, rejuvenation. You've just started to rejuvenate yourself. Maybe you resonate with that. Maybe you feel like you've had people throwing a lot at you. A lot of people coming up against you. For those of you that are wizards, you may feel like people have been throwing a bunch of fireballs your way, okay? And you've just started to get rejuvenated. You're like, I just got through that last patch of all that energy that was thrown at me. And, I kind of want to stay in this energy a bit longer. I don't really want to be fending off anything else here. 3 of Wands. Well, here's the thing. It's all up to you. Whatever you want to come in can come in. But if you get looped in by this character, I feel like this is somebody who wants to convince you to stay in some kind of fight. That's what I feel. This is somebody who likes the fight. This is somebody who likes the drama. This is somebody who likes the conflict. They like to stir it up. And I feel like they're coming in, they're kind of like trying to stir up. It feels like it's a bunch of old stuff that you like already navigated. Like, I'm already on the other side of that, man. I already bested that. I don't need to get looped back into that again. And maybe they are telling you about some stuff, okay, that happened. But what is their true desire to let you know about all this stuff? I mean, I think you already know people are doing some stuff that's pretty shady here. I think you're already well aware of that. I think you're well aware of the type of people you've been dealing with here. And these people are who they are. Like, they're always going to be like that. Like, this person's always going to stir the pot. This person's always going to, wherever this person goes, they bring drama with them. You know this about this person. You already know. You already know who this person is. This person's turned against you before. You've dealt with this person who's now claiming, I'm going to fight with you because you know what this person did? It's like they're trying to get you roped into some kind of drama, some kind of, fight, some kind of battle that you're not even interested in fighting. It's like it's lost its appeal. You've already fended off whatever this is. Now, just as you're starting to feel a sense of rejuvenation, you got your miraculous chalice here. Finally, some good stuff coming into your life. This person wants to pull you back into some old shit. That's what I feel. And you got all this good stuff that's planned for you. There's all this good stuff that you're about to receive here that's coming in because you extricated yourself from some nonsense here. You're just at the beginning of constructing your universe as you want to see it. And here they want to come in and muddy your energy with this crap. That's what it is. Don't do this. Whatever this is, it's best for you to just wave it off, man. Okay? It's best for you to wave it off because if you could only see what's about to unfold for you, who cares? Who cares? Let these people think they won some battle. Slow clap. Yes, you win. You win. It's all yours. This empire of dirt, it's all yours. Because, see, they don't understand that what you're aligning with now is so much more, okay? You just trusting that you don't need to get involved in this, that everything that you're ready to receive is already heading your way. You don't need somebody to help you fight for it. It's already yours. This is like where you truly understand that there is nothing to fight for because what's yours is already there. It's already coming in. You have faith in this. You're already seeing the signs of it. And you just letting this go and not getting roped back into this, there's so much that's going to come through for you. And you protect yourself from getting pulled back into this again. Yeah, see, you're at this beautiful place of rest. And this is what they want to disrupt. They want you to pick up that spear of Lu and go back into battle again. It's like you don't need to. There's nothing for you to fight for here. You don't need to come in like a soldier. You're not at war with anybody. You're not fighting. You're not fighting for anything here. Yeah, you gave up a particular battle. You stopped fighting. You stopped competing. You weren't part of this. You extricated yourself from this. And somebody wants to rope you back in. It's this high priestess in reverse. Wants to rope you back in here. This is somebody who is fighting for the wrong things. And whoever this person is, they are not successful. See what's happening here? This high priestess in reverse, they've been throwing a lot out there. I think this person's thrown stuff your way before. And now what's happening is they're recognizing that they got no protection. They act like they're there to help you, protect you, but really they're there seeking your shelter. They need you to fight with them. But see, even if you were to fight with this high priestess, it wouldn't make a damn bit of difference. And I'll tell you why. Because this high priestess, with what they've been putting out there, they're just getting the reverberation of their own energy returning to them because you're not receiving it. The people that they're directing this at, they're not receiving it. Something only lands when you're trying to affect another person. Something only lands if they are in energetic agreement with it, if they take it on. But if you're dealing with people who are really working the path, if they understand true alchemy, they understand, oh, I have personal accountability for managing my own energy. They never take it on. It's never received. And because it's never received, well, it always goes back to source. So now this person's like, oh man, everything's getting effed up, man. I'm not having any success here. Things are starting to head south. Everything's unraveling. I'm not protected anymore. So people must be throwing stuff my way. No, you're shadow boxing. High priestess in reverse, you're shadow boxing. You're throwing this stuff at yourself. And then they come in. I won't throw anything more your way. I know I threw a lot your way, but I won't throw anything more your way. In fact, I'm not going to let you know about the stuff I threw your way. Instead, I'm going to tell you about other people I was working with to cause these problems for you. And yeah, I know we had a falling out. We had a disagreement back there, but hey, I've changed. And you're going to see through it. Because Sagittarius has that gift. Sagittarius has that gift to see through some bullshit. Yeah, you're over it. This is a past matter. Be a Leo connected to this, that lion there. You're fed up with it. Even this person's guardian angel is tired of their crap, man. They are. They're tired of their crap. They're tired of them doing all these workings with the Eight of Pentacles. They're tired of them always constantly having to manipulate a situation. This person can't make up their mind either. 1 minute they're working for you, 1 minute they're working against you. Back and forth they go. And you become wise to it. I see it. You were a fool for a while. You kept buying into it for a while. You kept taking it. Hook, line, and sinker, whatever this person said. You were biting and you got hooked, okay? But there's something you've seen very clearly here. And once you saw it, you couldn't unsee it. Any indication on who this high priestess in reverse is for Sagittarius? If they're uncertain about this energy, because it looks like you've been working through some situations that have not been the most trustworthy. Okay, so let's see if we can get some details on who this person could be. Bottom of the deck, the sun. Elimination. Big Leo energy coming through. This person could have a strong Leo placement. They could be an Aquarius rising. That would make them a Leo descendant. Strong indication though, Leo sun coming through pretty strongly there with the sun, just to ask for identifying factors and having this coming in. Yeah, protection from adversaries. Rabies and wild beasts. Like this is somebody is they got the bark and the bite. Like, this person argues a lot. They got a mouth on them. And they'll bite the hand that feeds them. I feel like this is somebody that maybe you've been helpful towards, somebody that you've been an ally to, and this person, like, bit the hand that feeds them. You got the hangman coming in here, Piscean energy. Yeah, this is somebody who recognizes, like, oh, yeah, what I've done back there, it's not such a good look, and now I want to try to just sort of like dissect that from my storyline, and because I'm dealing with a tower right now, and I'm trying to prevent this tower from coming down. Whoever this person is, they're a promoter of discord, war, arguments, and falsehoods, and they always have an explanation for their BS. Okay? Always have an explanation for their BS. And when you look at it, it never really measures up. Right? So energies we have here, again, we have Aquarian energy, really strong Leo energy. This person could have a strong Leo placement. Piscean energy. There's a blind spot around this person. You've been blind around this person before. You trusted them, but something's about to be illuminated here. It may come through a tower. You may be surprised. When this is revealed, this person may turn around when you discover this, and they may pledge their loyalty and allegiance to you. I won't turn against you again. I've changed. I see things differently now. They may even come from a very spiritual angle. This person is relentless. That's what I feel. They'll do it again. The leopard does not change its spots. That's what I keep getting. This person may be really drawn to leopard print. That might be something coming in around this person. We also got some Mars energy coming in with that, Aries energy. Okay. And with that, we got the Empress coming out here. All right. This is somebody who really knows how to sway people, butter them up, warm them up. And she's promising you something here. This Empress is promising you something. Libra, Taurian energy. What is this Empress promising, Sagittarius? Or you could be this Empress, Sagittarius. You know where treasures are hidden. It could play out both ways. Let me get clarification here on this. Two of Wands. Oh, crossing energy. Love and wisdom, victory over those who would attack you. So this looks like potentially somebody that you're coming into alignment with the Two of Wands, because it's a way through. Somebody who knows where to find the treasure. the magician. This is an alchemist you're connecting with here. Gemini energy. Yeah, this person is helping you successfully navigate this territory. They have good judgment. They have good judgment. So it looks like there's somebody who's trying to sway you from connecting with this Empress that can show you the way through a situation. You'll grow with this Empress, whoever this Empress is. They did come out with the Magician, so this could be a Gemini. It's possible. We also got Judgment is your energy, Sagittarius. So you could be this Empress here. Okay, there could be another alchemist you're connecting with here. The two of you know how to open a road and clear out some stuff. But I feel like there's somebody here that you can't trust. This Empress, is this Empress to be trusted? Is this Empress to be trusted? Is this ally? I'm landing on the ground here. It's in the shadow. Face down, something that's not seen. No. No. 10 of Cups in reverse. They say they can lead you to the stone of destiny, but they won't. They'll lead you astray. This person will bring thunder and great storms. They pretend like they know a lot, but they don't. They talk out the side of their neck. They're going to tell you they know the way through. So this is whatever energy this is you've been dealing with here. All right, one final round here. What is the best course of action for Sagittarius to take in this situation? Just landed right on top of the Tower and the Hangman. 2 of Pentacles. Understand that aligning with this character who's approaching you, who's trying to get you roped back into an old drama, just as everything is about to be received by you, it's just up to a bunch of monkey business here. And that this person will do it again. And that this person is a shapeshifter. You can't trust this person. They bring imbalance. And if you reconcile with them as your friend, they will soon flip-flop the other way into your enemy. That's it. That's it. So it looks like you're meant to open your road by going your own way here. And this is what protects you by not getting pulled back into some fight here. I see it improves your health, it increases your prosperity, and it allows you to connect safely with the path that truly does lead to some kind of fulfillment for you. It leads to this moment where everything changes. This magic moment. Kind of the deck, Sag. Let's see what we got here. King of Wands. Daniel. Daniel could be a clue here. Danny. We got the Spirit of Lu here. So yes, you're getting some answers here where you had doubt. And this is going to enable you to take an action because you're getting some knowledge that's allowing you to resolve a situation that has been causing a lot to not come to full fruition. Like in some way, whatever you've been trying to achieve, it gets to a certain level and then it sort of like falls apart. Or you start feeling like there's a momentum gathering and all of a sudden there's a block or something that was coming to fruition starts to wither here. And I feel like you're finally understanding where it was coming from, so you know what needs to be cut off. And in doing so, you rectify the situation. You finally have the power back in your hand. The road's open and you move forward here. It really looks like all you need to, look, and on the other side, there's the stars. So you're definitely getting aligned with the Stargate here. You just need to stay in this place balance that you got right now, because it's that balance that's going to prevent any further attack. I feel like if you take the bait of this, because I feel like whenever you're being told here, it's going to rile you. It's like, it's one thing for you to already know. But when somebody comes in and they like give you all the sordid details, it's like reopening something that you just like closed. You know what I'm saying? And there could be the tendency to get fired up about this and get drawn back into this mess. And really, you're at the other side of it. I don't encourage that. Not with Ace of Cups here. Like, you got something that's about to pour into you. And it leads to a 10 of Pentacles for you. So protect your new beginning here and stay armed with the clarity you already have and the choices you've already made. There's some wisdom here. There's something you've retrieved from what you just got through. So don't lose the lesson, or you'll court another tower here. And I don't think you need that, Sag, right? Just open yourself to receive all the good stuff that comes in, and don't let this person pull you back into this mess. I just feel like whoever this is, they're just dealing with one hardship after another right now. And they want to blame it on somebody, but they're not understanding that they set that in motion, whatever it is they're dealing with, right? That's what it comes down to. All right. Pisces coming in at 156.17. All right, Pisces. Well, you are in the North Node position. I mean, you're up there, man. So it's definitely time for you to transform fate into destiny. I see you're ready to come into alignment with that lucky star. Action going down for you at this time. So let's see what is coming in for Pisces here during this cycle. What should they pay attention to over the next 72 hours? What will be quickening and coming to fruition in their life in the lead up to that full buck moon in Capricorn on the 10th? What is coming in here for Pisces? Pisces needs to be aware of. There might be a little bit of a challenge in bringing something together. A little frustration around this. Bottom of the deck. Page of Wands. Yeah. You could be dealing with a situation where, you know, there's a lot of slander. And maybe you're trying to figure out, where's the slander coming from? Who's the one who's like telling the lies? You're trying to shed some light on something here. It's really difficult to sort of extricate yourself from a situation if you're not quite sure where the source of the problem is coming from. And I feel like this is something you're trying to figure out here. You're trying to shed light on something with the Page of Wands. Okay, give some details here for Pisces. What does Pisces need to know at this time? Firefly just flew by, heading toward the south. Transforming factor may have something to do with the fire sign. I mean, the Page of Wands did come in, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this could be something in relation to a fire sign that's in need of transformation here. 10 of Wands, something that's become quite burdensome. Got Leo indications here, sort of playing a game of chess, checkmate moment. It could be a Leo that has felt very challenged here. Very challenged, is trying to understand where is the problem coming from, because they want to take an action. They want to have like a checkmate moment. They're trying to reveal something that's hidden to them currently. They know there's something happening behind the scenes, and they're trying to figure this out. Something's become quite burdensome, though. This could also be somebody who keeps trying to tackle a problem again and again and again and again and again, and they keep throwing more and more at it. No matter how much they throw at it, it's not enough to to achieve their objective, to get what they want, to bring this thing down, to overcome a certain person or a situation. The situation keeps changing. Just as soon as they think they got it figured out and they're about to make a move that's going to change up the game changes again. Somebody keeps moving goalposts here. Ace of Wands. Yeah. You have a certain power in your hands with an Ace of Wands. It's all about you using it wisely, okay? Wisely. You use it in the right way. I do see that there's going to be so much that grows in your life that's going to protect you against any despair. But you may be dealing with some really frustrating people, okay? So this is about you protecting your crown here, right? And I mean that as not only for the kingdom that you are building, creating for yourself, that you are meant to hold court over, but I also mean your crown. Like, there's a lot of people here that may be trying to sway you or fill your head with certain ideas or schemes or, you know, anything of this sort of variety here. And you may be really feeling like your patience is being tested because there's too much strategy in a situation. I feel like you're dealing with a lot of people that are trying to sway your perspective one way or another. And that's done for a specific purpose. It is done to keep you out of your power here, where you can, like, you know, have your own inner authority, make up your own mind, have your own view of a situation, and act in accord with that. But people are giving you grief here, and they're trying your patience, okay? You may have felt like you've needed to have the patience of a saint. But I do feel like you're getting an opportunity here to take an action, that's going to protect something very dear to you. Let me get some more information for you on this Pisces. Woo, what was that? Queen of Wands in reverse, trying to be hidden here. Fire sign energy. Somebody that's been up to something that they're trying to conceal. They're currently hidden. This person's in trouble. Whoever this person is, whatever powers they work with have turned against them, man. This person's in their head. This person's not doing so well mentally. That's what I see. Queen of Wands in reverse. What does Pisces need to know about this Queen of Wands in reverse? Somebody here needs to give something a rest. They've been at something too hard. They've been throwing too much at something, or they've been like sort of just like hitting their head against a brick wall. They like keep trying to force a way through, and it's leading them to burnout. It's not achieving their objective. It's not a wise use of power that leads to growth. This person's not using their head. They're using their head in the wrong way, very stubbornly here. For those of you who run with alchemists, okay, this could be somebody that keeps trying to throw work in a certain direction to achieve a certain objective over and over and over and over and over again. And they're trying to they're like throwing rocks and hiding their hand. They want to remain hidden. But this force isn't going to be hidden much longer here, because I feel like whatever power they've been misusing is turning against them. And this could even be positions of power that are held by other people that they've been swaying, or they've been working with, or they've been convincing to fulfill their desires, act in accord with them here. And something is being revealed, and these powers are turning against this person. They are in the reverse. This could be Queen of Wands in reverse. This could even be somebody who was after the wand, okay? This could be somebody who's like a mistress. They've been concealed up to this point. Secrets are about to be spilled here. 10 of Cups crossing here. This is what's crossing. The Queen of Wands in reverse. She's wanted some kind of fulfillment here. She wants love. She wants love. It's a tale as old as time, but see, maybe the object of her affection is already in a connection, because it says she's been creating thunder and great storms, and this is what she's been up to in secret. So she could have been trying to drive a wedge between two, maybe by appealing to the lower nature, okay? Throwing her sensuality around, inviting herself into a dynamic that's already been established here. Page of Cups. It's your energy. This could be somebody you feel like has driven a wedge between you and another, and it's caused some kind of disruption in your happiness here. Somebody caused some kind of friction between you and another. You feel like somebody's getting in the way of what you're feeling. Oh, that Jill Scott song. You're getting in the way of what I'm feeling. Yeah, somebody's getting in the way of what you're feeling, and it's burdensome, and you can tell somebody's getting in the way of what you're feeling. You can tell. You can tell somebody's getting in the way of what you're feeling. Because where you once had certainty or things were very clear, you feel burdened, you feel in the dark. And your intuition is firing off here. You know there's somebody else in the mix. I feel this is something that's affecting you. Somebody's getting in the way of what you're feeling. But I do feel like you're preparing to take an action here. You're preparing to take an action, or somebody's preparing to take an action with this Queen of Wands in reverse who's been getting in the way of what you're feeling. And this is going to be what is a crowning moment. It's like somebody's rightful position being restored, I feel. That's what's coming through. Has something to do with choice. Somebody's making a choice. Somebody's making a choice about who's their queen, who's their king. Interesting. And all I heard was heavy is the head that wears the crown. I mean, just for there to be that choice on the table, I don't know what's cost of wearing that crown. There's that Page of Wands again. Yeah. Some kind of news coming in here is going to change the way you move, I feel, because something's being highlighted here. Maybe even in who somebody's choosing to align with. This might change your choice about who you want to align with, or who you want to move forward with, or where you see happiness or fulfillment coming from. Some more details here. I think your intuition is firing off because you feel like somebody's getting in the way of what you're feeling and what you want. I see it very clearly. You've got 9 of Cups crossing here. This is a deep wish that somebody has, something they want fulfilled. And it's like they want this so badly that they will not give up. They will not give up. It's like they're in training mode. I will fight off any opposition to me achieving this new beginning, because somebody got shot by Cupid's arrow here. This to me feels like a love story. And somebody feels like their heart was lost to another, and they don't care what they have to do in order to retrieve what they feel is their treasure here. It looks like to be the one who is their queen or their king. They're at the ready. And this person moves beneath the surface. Their strength is being this hidden force. Like maybe nobody knows that they're interested in this person, or that they see this person as their queen or their king, or that they even desire this person. It's something that it's like this person's playing the long game. This person has endurance, resilience, and they will not give up. It's for their personal gratification, this 9 of Cups. It's personal for them. They may tell themselves that it's love, 10 of Cups, but what it's really about is it's personal gratification. Like it's some kind of flex. Like if I get this, then there's something about it that feels really competitive here with the crown. Like I'm the winner, I'm the victor if I get this. You're dealing with somebody who's highly competitive here. And yet I do feel like there's a new beginning that's coming in here for you, and it's something you want very much. Comes in with Aries, Aquarian energy. There's even hints of Sagittarius here. And I feel like you're taking a risk here. You're taking a risk. You're willing to go up to the edge of reason, the edge of your limits, the edge of your comfort. You're willing to shoot your shot. It's like there's something coming in here that's igniting your will to take an action to activate this new beginning you want to see. And though it will be difficult, I do feel like, I don't know why it's coming through like this, but I'm thinking of a new beginning. And so it's kind of presenting itself like this. It's like beginner's luck. Because this is the beginning of you truly activating the bravery that you've needed to activate for a long time, really owning your fire and bringing it forward here. I feel like you're going to be assisted with something that's a great undertaking, extremely challenging and difficult. You got like beginner's luck here. Maybe it's because you're in that place of beginner's mind as well. Maybe you're getting out of the place of feeling like you have to have it so planned out. Maybe you've been trying to build up strength for this moment, to take this risk, take this leap toward this. I feel like you're finding your courage and you're doing this. I mean, this could even be you. You could have strong fire in your chart. You could have been hiding your fire, your desire to activate this beginning, to take this action, to open this path, this desire you have for another that you see as your destiny, as your 10 of Cups. And you've been training for this moment. You've been biding your time, biding your strength, keeping your intentions quiet, not revealing your hand. You knew that this would be playing the long game. And you're like ready to recover something, maybe a lost opportunity, treasure that you feel is yours. It's interesting. But that Queen of Wands is in reverse. So there's something here that's a little bit distorted, but it looks like maybe you did use too much force in the past, or maybe the use of power was not in a way that was truly empowered. You know what I mean? But I feel like there's something here where it's like, well, beginner's luck. Because now there's like some kind of revolution that's happening within the heart space here, where it's no longer about like strategizing or concealing intentions, but there's like bravery here. Or somebody is finding this bravery in relation to you, and it's opening up the path forward. Okay, tell Pisces about this new beginning. This is like pretty good at energy. Tell Pisces about this new beginning and assistance that's coming in for this great undertaking, the difficulties and challenges it presents. Okay, here's some crossing energy. Perhaps this is one of the challenges that needs to be faced here. See what's on the bottom of the deck. Six of Swords. Yeah, I really feel that this is like a need to like get out of the ego. So it comes in with the moon. There's your energy right there. There's a need to like move out of the ego. To move forward, you have to move out of the ego. To move forward, it has to be like moving out of the space of sort of like strategizing, plotting something, planning something, and more moving into, yes, see, Two of Cups here. That's the manifestation point. It's more moving into this place of transparency. There has been something in this situation, though, that does need to be sent packing, because I do see that some of the truths that have been concealed are related to something that's been done that was a misuse of power here. And with the moon coming in with the Queen of Wands in reverse, I have every reason to believe that somebody has been doing a little casting in such a way where it was unethical. It says here with the moon, makes manifest the apparitions of demons and sets demons upon men to destroy them with vices. So, like I was saying, this could be somebody who works with seduction. This could be with somebody who appeals to the ego to gain an advantage here, an unfair advantage. And their strength is in the way they've been able to move concealed or hidden. But once that illumination comes and the moon lights up what's been hidden in the dark, then there's something that's seen about how, yeah, you know, something stole the crown. You know what I mean? Something stole the higher elevation of consciousness and the way to move forward in a situation. It's not the way to move forward, to try to force or exert one's will or to manipulate or to move in a covert way. And I'm not saying you did this, Pisces, but this is factoring into your situation somewhere. Somewhere. And it's very personal to you because it's coming in with your card, the moon here. All right. And I do feel like this is what you're cutting through. And when you cut through this and you understand this, that this aspect, the way of moving forward in a situation that's been established up to now, needs to go through a complete revolution where it's not based on secrecy or plotting or scheming or strategizing, but actually moving forward in a very transparent, open, authentic, clear way that can transport one from one place to another just like that. It doesn't require all that can bog down a journey when things need to be so cloaked and hidden. So this feels like a moment of revealing that is the beginning of the turning of the wheel away from troubles to actual movement forward. There will be truths that are revealed about thefts as well as hidden treasures. And also, I feel like somebody kind of stepping up to the plate, perhaps, to be honest and say, okay, you know, I did something maybe that I shouldn't have done back there, and I'm willing to take accountability for it. And I'll do whatever you need me to do to make it right. Okay, so I feel like there's somebody here that's wanting to come back into a place of alignment. They're hoping to manifest realignment here. They're hoping to be granted a little bit of grace, maybe because they have a different view of a situation than they did before. And it's kind of going to be up to you whether you want to hit reboot on this or not. That's what I feel. Whoever this person is, though, and it is coming through, some of you could feel like you fell sway to this in the past, not all of you, but it could have been a blind spot that you moved through. Some of you may feel like if I let this back in, it could be my undoing because I know what it did to me before. What's the crossing energy here? 7 of Pentacles. I feel like this is what you're going to be weighing out, that crow medicine there. You're trying to understand whether or not you should let something rest or if you should revive it. But there is something here where there was a dignity that was stripped of another, an honor that was stripped of another, and it needs to be restored. And it could be that somebody is bringing about this restoration for you, or you're bringing about this restoration toward another. But this is a matter of karmic law and karmic balancing. And I do feel that a certain matter is going to be laid to rest. It's going to restore honor and dignity where it was lost unfairly, and it's going to take that very honor and dignity from the others or other who brought this downfall to another based on false pretenses, right? I do see what comes out of it is a movement away from trouble, and there is alignment here. 2/22/06 on the clock. A new vision awakens through this, all right? Let me go ahead and do a cut the deck here to cap this off for you, Pisces. Really powerful dynamic energy. It does look like there is something that does come to fruition here, though. There is movement forward here. So that is a very positive thing. And we have 10 of Pentacles. So this is good. Uncovers treasures hidden by magicians. But see, reconciles friends and enemies. Okay, so there's a little bit of a tricky kind of energy here, Pisces. I do feel like something has been hidden that is going to be revealed. And there can be reconciliation here, but do understand where reconciliation is putting you back in alignment with an ally, and where it's just sort of hitting reboot on the same old story, and somebody that can get you looped back in. To something that's better left transcended. Something that's better to be laid to rest. Let old bygones be bygones here. On the other side here, we got the Magician. Okay. Ooh, this situation's interesting here. So, you're being presented with a test. Have you earned the right to hold the power? Can you wield it wisely? That's what this is. It's going to take spiritual wisdom on your part to be able to wield this magic in such a way that it reveals the hidden treasure to you and opens up the book of knowledge within you and helps you grok the answers to all of those secrets, and your burning desire to know their truths. You can gain wisdom here. You can get a new beginning. You can bring about renewal in your situation, but it has everything to do with you wielding your power wisely. I feel like this is a situation that could go one of two ways depending on how you use the power that's entrusted to you. I feel like you're getting a test. Four of Cups here. Yeah, see. Be aware of who you align with here. It's important because this choice is a test of who you choose to align with, I feel, is a test of whether or not you've truly learned your lessons and whether or not you have the ability to wield your power wisely in such a way that it transforms a rough hand of fate into the thing of your destiny. Because it says here, steals or fetches anything requested, including money and horses. Horses are symbolic of power, okay? Power, movement forward. Reveals secret things, but brings questionable familiars. This is absolutely a test for you. And it's all in how you work your magic here with the Nine of Pentacles. So this is a moment of initiation for you. I feel like power is going to be put in your hands. And this is the power to destroy or to create. And it determines whether you get your keys to your kingdom or not. It all comes down to this. Use the power wisely, and it will bring your dreams to fruition. It will make you wise, and it will give you grace that opens the road before you. Or it can create an ending. Maybe your focus has been on bringing an end to something. And instead, there's a need to focus on the beginning. How something begins will determine how it ends. And I think that is a good place to leave off.